welcome back to Fiction Friction, a podcast about books, film and TV, and anything else we might want to talk about. I am one of your hosts, Bill.
And I am another host, Joe. How are you, Bill?
Hello, Mr. Panto Boy.
Yeah, it's true. I have watched the same show. I think I watched it 11 times last week, and 3 of those times were just yesterday.
I do want to state before we start, someone is cutting down a tree outside of my house, so if you hear noises, I apologize. This is the only day we can do because Joe is super busy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's like very hard to get hold of.
Yeah,
He's very diva right now.
so in demand. Anyway, as it is Panto season, that means it's also December, and that also means we're coming to the end of the year. And so today we thought we would talk about some of our favorite books and favorite movies from the year of our Lord 2025. Should we start with books? Let's start with books.
Yeah, you go first this time.
Oh, okay. I'll go first. I will go first. My first favorite book of 2025 was Nova Scotia House by Charlie Porter. It's that one with that really nice orange cover. I really, really loved it. It follows a guy who lives alone in his flat, has done for quite some time because several decades ago, his partner, who he was like just profoundly in love with, died from AIDS. It's sort of an ode to the AIDS quilt. Have you heard of that project, the AIDS quilt?
I have heard of it.
Yeah,
I don't know yeah.
It's this huge quilt where each segment of it is made by like a family member or a friend of someone who has, over the past few decades, died from AIDS. It hasn't been on display for a very long time, but they recently, a couple of months ago, displayed it in the Tate Modern, I believe. And I think in the next couple of months, if you're listening to this when this episode comes out, it's going to be on display somewhere in Scotland. I really wanted to go when it was on display at the Tate, but I just couldn't. It just is it's not a happy novel. Like, it's quite sad, but I think it's very life affirming. It is quite heartwarming places. It's unapologetically queer. I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. It took me a while to get into the writing style because it's very, very stream of consciousness. It's unlike anything else I've read in that aspect. I just thought it was really, really great. And everyone else I know who has read it has absolutely loved it. So I wish more people were talking about it. It was on the list, I think, for Foyle's Book of the Year. So I was glad to see it there. But yeah, I just absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I have heard of this one, and I do like the cover as well.
Yeah.
You know me, I read a lit fic every so often, so it takes me a minute to get to them. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
will say there's going to be
saying
no
that-
overlap between any of our books on these lists.
I mean, saying that, I'm sure you're probably going to mention The Dutch House, and I read that a long time ago, so I have that on you.
I am not going to mention it. Well, I was going to do an honourable mentions of just every book I've rated 5 stars this year. I was just going to rattle them off at the end, and it is on there. But I thought, because I've already talked about that, I won't talk about that one. Although that definitely was one of my favourite books of this year. What is your first one?
Well, I want to say I actually really struggle to remember because I don't track my reading anymore.
No, you
I
don't have
think
Goodreads
since-
anymore, do you?
Well, I have a Goodreads for like author stuff, but I hate going on there. So I barely ever update it, and then I get like shot in the foot when I'm trying to remember, what I did this year. And 2025 wasn't a great reading year for me because I've been so busy, but I have got some. And the first one, I'm just going to get the elephant out the room, Sunrise and the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It's weird because I really enjoyed Ballad at the time it came out. It was during like COVID time, wasn't it? I enjoyed it, and I think the film made me enjoy the book more. But this immediately, I just think it really clicked for me. I think, again, like Suzanne Collins mentioned many times in the past, that she'll release a new book if she has something meaningful to say, and I think she kind of hit the nail on the head with this one. I love diving more into this world. I love going into more of like the Covey stuff, which was obviously explored into first in Ballad. I just found it really interesting, and obviously we're going back to a character that we all love, but we've seen a different part, and seeing how he got to that part. And talk about Haymitch, by the way. It was really good. It's heartbreaking, and I'm really excited to see. I mean, the teaser for the film came out. I don't think we've mentioned that on the
No,
pod
we
yet,
actually
but
haven't. We haven't. I think because
I
it's
thought the
so
teaser looks
long,
great.
we've got to wait so long.
Yeah, but the teaser for the film looks great as well. It kind of looks exactly how I imagined it. There's some scenes that I'm surprised that they're showing already, but I guess if you've not read the book, you don't know the context behind them.
No.
I really enjoyed this book. It's probably my favorite book of the year, maybe. Probably, actually.
I think it's going to be many people's favorite books of the year. Did you prefer, just Well, I've got a couple of things to say about The Hunger Games. Did you prefer the movie or the book with Ballard? Because I preferred the movie. I found the book is the longest of the 5 she's released, and I really, really felt the length. I thought the movie was much better, and I actually sacrilegiously to a couple of people who have said, "Oh, I've watched the movie. I haven't read the book." I've been like, "I think you're good. I think it got everything you needed to get from it." Like, I mean, read the book if you want, but it's so different from the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, the ballad just format is very, very strange. So when it was translated to film, I was really concerned how it was gonna fare. Because I
Mm.
mean, like, The Hunger Games actually finished, like, halfway through the film, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Um, but I don't know, I just think it just worked better on screen, and
Yeah,
I read the
definitely.
book I reread the book after the film, and it made me enjoy it more, but I think it's just because I kind of had that
Mm.
hindsight, and I'd seen it on screen, I don't know, but yeah, Sunrise, I just immediately clicked more with it, and I think it's probably just because we're with a character that we love.
Mm.
You don't love Snow. And I will say, one thing that Ballard did, it never made me sympathetic towards Snow, which was always like a big worry when that book was announced.
Yeah, I mean, I like Snow as a character. I think he's definitely like one of the most interesting characters. So I'm glad that we got that. And well, it's well talked about how much we both love Rachel Zegler. So, but also what I really like about the Hunger Games movies is that all 5 have had the same director. And I think you can
Yeah.
really tell because they all look so cohesive. You know, there's film series where a different director's come in halfway through or just done one installment and they don't feel that cohesive like visually or like the locations feel different in each installment. Whereas this one, I really do think having the same director for every single installment has really benefited them, which I like.
I 100% agree, yeah. And, like, it's not like Francis Lawrence is, like, an incredible director or something, but he knows these stories, he knows how to shoot them, and it
Mm.
just works. Because I mean, he's directed some other stuff which are stinkers, but I don't know, it just works for this, and I think, yeah, that's how it kind of should be done. Obviously, there's other series where every single film or most of the films had different directors, and you can really tell in just, like, tone. I mean, your mind goes to the Harry Potter of it all,
I mean, yeah,
and
that's what I was. That's what I was kind of talking about, but I didn't want to actually say it. Yeah, we are anti that horrible, horrible mold-headed woman on this podcast. We don't like her here. I mean, to be fair though, you say Francis Lawrence has had some stinkers. His last film was The Long Walk, which is apparently very, very good.
it was good. I think the thing that suffers with The Long Walk is just the ending anyway. It is different from the book. I don't know which one I prefer.
I have
It's
not seen or
a
read,
good one.
so can comment on neither. I just remember it coming out and people saying it was really good.
It's I will always say, like, a film like that where the plot is literally them walking, to make it interesting is a really hard feat, and I
Mm.
was never bored in that film. So, there's that.
I do really want to see it. I do want to see it, so I will see it
The
because
acting's brilliant.
I love what's his name, David, the one who was in Alien,
Johnson.
Romulus, David Johnson. Yeah, that's it.
And Cooper Hoffman's great in it too. Speaking of Hunger Games,
Is he Haymitch?
no, he's the son of Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay, 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 okay. Well, slight spoilers for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Do you think Jennifer Lawrence and
Yes.
do you think they're coming back?
Yes. There's been rumors, but,
Yeah.
I mean, the epilogue's in there for a reason, and the fact that this film was announced the same day as the book or the
Mm.
day after, something ridiculous, it's definitely happened 100%,
But also, it would be
and
like
I can't
1 or
wait.
2 days of shooting for them. Like, and Jennifer Lawrence
Exactly.
doesn't do that much now, does she?
I
Like,
don't know, I mean, she's got kids.
yeah, yeah. Well, bring them.
Bring them.
It's one
Yeah,
day,
she can.
Jennifer. You can do it. She's probably already
I
done
would
it.
be very shocked if not. I don't
Mm.
even think it'll be like an end credit scene, I think it will fully be in the story.
It'll probably yeah, it'll be like the last 10 minutes of the movie or something.
I can't wait. The crowd, I'm gonna have to go to opening night for that because that'll
Yeah.
be insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, also, it's one of like in this horrible, horrible trend that is happening now, and it's the reason why I needed to see Wicked for Good on opening day is because I know by the following evening I will have seen basically the whole movie on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because
That's
people
why
don't put spoiler
yeah.
warnings; they just post like random clips of the movie, and I hate it. I
Mhm.
hate it.
Yeah. It always goes like that, and there's many films that I've not gone and seen because I'm like, "Well, I've seen everything about it now."
Yeah. I hate it. I hate it. Stop doing that, people, if you're listening to it, because put your phones away in the cinema. Just leave your phone for 2 hours. You can do it. I believe in you. Anyway, that was a massively long tangent. Anyway, my next book is A Family Matter by Claire Lynch. Again, another one that I don't think many people read or talked about, which is a great shame, I think, because it was a really, 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 really good book and I really liked it. So this is about a woman. I don't remember any of the characters' names in this book because I read it at least 6 months ago, and that means all of the main details have escaped my mind. But it follows a woman who is married to a man. She has a very young daughter. It's sort of set in two timelines. It's set in the 70s or 80s and in the present day. In the 70s, this woman has a husband, a daughter, kind of very standard nuclear family, but she meets another woman, and very quickly falls in love with her and wants to get divorced. And in doing so, basically the husband says, okay, that's fine. You can divorce me, but you're never going to get to see your daughter again. In the present day, we follow the daughter, who is now an adult with children of her own, who is led to believe that her mum basically abandoned her and is not aware of the actual situation, not aware that basically the mother was, subject to a lot of homophobia at the time for basically trying to live her life as who she wanted to be. And it just sort of explores that dynamic. I thought it was, again, quite heartbreaking. The ending is quite not uplifting, but you think that after the events of the book have ended, it's going to lead to happier things. But I think it was exploring stuff that I don't think is talked about that much because it's based on real cases. Stuff like this actually happened. They believed that this mother who basically, after getting married and having a daughter, discovered she was queer, would, sexually corrupt this young girl in some way. It's based on, people still believe stuff like that to this day. So I still think it's increasingly relevant, even though it's set, 30, 40 years ago. And I really, really loved it. I really, really loved it. I got the recommendation from another book podcast, the Sarah Pascoe and Carrie Lloyd one, the Widows Book Club or whatever it's called. And I really, really liked it. And I'm glad I got it off there because, again, not many people have talked about it that much, but I really, really loved it.
Yeah, that makes me annoyed because all my picks are actually quite popular, and now I'm like, "Oh, I should have picked some more indie ones." But yeah, that one sounds great though. And again, something maybe I'll get to
You'll get to in the
next.
next 20 years or so.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like I'm sure we've mentioned it before, but like it's kind of like you sit and deep it. Sometimes you're like, I'm never gonna read half of the books I want to read.
Don't want to have
More
this.
than
I don't want to. I don't want to confront my own mortality on this Monday morning. Thank you very much. That is
dear
not
me.
something I want to do right now. What is
Did
your
you?
second book?
I think I'll go with next. Actually, the first book I read this year was one of my favorites. It's The Language of Dragons by I forget who. It begins with an A.
Hang on.
I would check it, but my keyboard is loud as hell, so you can check it.
S.F. Williamson.
That's it. Oh, it's not an A. Never mind. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book. Maybe it's because I did enjoy the book, but it was a time when our internet got cut off for like a month and we had nothing else to do. And in my free time, I just read all the time. Um, and it was great. Got so much done, and I was reading all the time. And this book, I just flew through. It's a YA fantasy. It's kind of made a splash this year. I forget which publisher it is, but it's kind of like a new imprint, so they put like a lot of into it, and it's like a big thing for them. But it's basically all about like linguistics, and like in this world, there's like dragon languages, and there's our main character. It turns out her parents kind of might be in with like a rebel group, and then they get kidnapped, and she ends up in this like dragon school, but not like a fourth wing dragon school. It's like a lot more like, I don't even know the word for it, but like very distinguished almost. And then she kind of gets stuck with this kind of group who are kind of siding with the rebels. And it is really fun. Again, any book that I think really delves into languages and linguistics, I found really interesting. It adds kind of like a different, deeper element to a YA fantasy, and I really enjoyed it. It's a good one, and everyone who I've told who's to read it, they've enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I have it. I have it. Well, I bought it because the cover is I probably think Priory inspired. I don't know if
Is it
it's
the
the
same
same
artist?
artist. I don't know. His name's like Ivan something or other.
Thought my copy was. Oh, it is there.
No, it is not the same artist.
Well, it's definitely inspired because I did think it was the same artist.
I don't think it's published by Harper Fire.
Yes.
I don't think it's the same artist anyway. But
Well, the
yeah, I
sequel's
do
out
really
in the
want to
new
read
year.
it. Yeah, I do really want to read it because, well, I love dragons. I think dragons make every book better. But
For sure.
I've heard many, many good things about it. Many good things. And I like that it's dragons, but not like dragons, but in traditional fantasy setting. Because
Yeah,
it's
oh,
like,
that's why I should say it's set in, uh, oh my gosh, what time period is it set in? It's set
like
in, like,
19.
L historical London. I think so, like, I should probably check the back of the book one sec, it's right
We
here.
should have just like done a tiny bit of research about the books we were going to talk about.
23. Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
at, like, Bletchley
that's
Park
what
and stuff.
sounds yeah, that's what sounds interesting to me. I mean, you mentioned Fourth Wing, so I'm going to go on another tangent. Can you believe that like a huge, huge fan of Rebecca Yarros is Cynthia Erivo?
I did see that, but also, like, it makes sense in the sense that, like, if you're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna read a fantasy book," you search it, it's probably the first thing that comes up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but like it just blew my mind. I don't know why. It just I just those are not two people I ever connected in my brain. Like she did an interview with someone and they were like the last book you read that you absolutely loved and she was like she said like the third Fourth Wing book and it
Onyx
just
Storm, yeah.
yeah, it just blew my mind. I just did not connect those dots in my brain like ever once.
Yeah. If anyone who's listening who doesn't know as well, Cynthia released a memoir and Rebecca Yarros chaired the, like, main New York event, I
Yeah.
think. It just seems like a really unlikely pairing, honestly.
Yeah, just a really, really unlikely pairing. I would not have put those two together in my brain ever, not once. Anyway, my third book is Endling by Maria Yeva. I absolutely loved this book. I was heartbroken when it was not shortlisted for the Booker because it was definitely the best book on the list this year. This follows a woman who is a snail conservationist in Ukraine
Love.
who is also tied up with the marriage industry. She sort of does that to like fund her snail conservationism, but she's kind of not really doing the snail conservationism anymore because basically they keep dying. She keeps trying to save these like really endangered species of snails, but she can't keep them alive. She's feeling very downtrodden about it. But then the invasion of Ukraine happens, and she gets word of the last surviving member of this specific family of snail, and it's basically miles and miles and miles away. So she decides to go and do it rather than evacuate. However, with her are two girls, two sisters, whose mother was a sort of activist, and they've kidnapped like 12 or 13 of these husbands from this marriage industry, and they're in the back of her van. And that is the premise of the book. But also another character in the book is the author. It's very meta.
I
It's
love I love authors so much because they come up with the wildest shit.
it reminded me a lot of like Percival Everett, the guy who wrote Erasure and James, in that it just was the most wild concept. But you didn't ever feel like that concept was ever. You know, sometimes authors come up with a wild concept and they just can't contain it, they can't rein it in. It did not feel like that at all. I always felt like I knew what was going on, even though the book was just so incredibly wild. Like, about a third of the way into the book, the story ends. But then the author will go, no, that's not what I want to happen. This is actually what's going to happen. And then the rest of the book carries on. Like, it was just so good. It was doing something so inventive. It felt like nothing I'd ever read before. I just absolutely loved it. And everyone else I know who has read it has loved it and was absolutely livid. It was not shortlisted and eventually didn't win the Booker.
Yeah, I mean, a concept like that where it is kind of like fourth wall breaking is like so hard to like toe the line without it being like super like disjointed.
Yeah.
So I am really intrigued by that actually now. I don't think I've actually heard of it unless I normally recognize things by the cover, so maybe that's why.
You will. Hang on, let me get it. You'll recognize. It's this one. The one with the snail cloud.
Yes, I have seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I knew the cover.
Yeah. Which for ages I just thought that was a cloud and then I realized it was a snail and I was like, whoa, mind blown. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I wish again more people would read it. I'd never heard of it until the Booker. So I'm happy it's there. Also, a pull quote from Anne Patchett, which is an instant
Love.
endorsement for me to read a book.
The next one I have mentioned before on I'm assuming it was like a currently reading thing, but The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett, which
Yeah.
is the murder mystery fantasy story, very like I keep wanting to say Anne Patchett because we just said her name. Not Margaret Atwood. Oh my gosh. Agatha Christie. Oh my god.
Some
Agatha
woman who
Christie,
wrote
but
a
like
book.
Agatha Christie fantasy. It was really good. I think genre blends are super, super interesting, and I think for me, where I want to kind of delve into, I get bored just sticking to the same genre every time. So something like this, where you're kind of blending two together, like so intrinsically, it was brilliant. And I think something like that again could feel like really forced, like or like one of them kind of takes the upper hand where it's definitely murder mystery, it just happens to be in a fantasy world, or
Mm.
vice versa. I think it just toes the line really, really well. And again, it's another one that every person who I've seen who's read it absolutely adores it. And I think you would really adore it as well.
Yeah.
So that's your reading homework for next year.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get to that. I haven't touched a book in 2 weeks,
The
apart from this
paperback was
one.
$12.99 though. I do want to
That
say that.
yeah, that I'd never the jail for that. That's insane. That's criminal. Paperback should not be more than 9.99.
I was at the train station, so I don't know if that hiked the price up, but when I got told that at Foyles, I was like kind of gobsmacked.
That is, yeah. No, jail. Jail, jail, jail. That does kind of lead me into my next one because I'm going to talk about The Pisces by Melissa Broder, and I went to buy her
Mhm.
other book, Death Valley, and the paperback was 11.99, and I was like, well, I'm not buying that. I'll wait for
Mm.
it to eventually be 99p on Kindle. But yes, the next book I want to talk about is The Pisces by Melissa Broder. Have you read The Pisces?
No.
Do you know the book I'm talking about though, don't you?
Let me Google the cover. Hold on.
You'll know the cover. You will know the cover. It's the one where the woman falls in love with the merman.
Wait, Pisces by who?
Melissa Broder.
Do we have the yellow cover?
Yeah, of course we do. We have the ugly one, not the
I
nice
like
one.
yeah, I like the pretty one. I recognize the US one.
So basically, this follows a woman who is kind of like just desperately seeking love all the time, but looking for it in the wrong places. She's looking for it in men who kind of just want to sleep with her and do stuff with her and not really actually love her. And she is dog sitting for her kind of half sister she's not really close to, where she meets a guy on the beach who she at first takes to be a night swimmer because he never comes out of the water. But eventually it becomes apparent he's actually a merman and they have a relationship and it goes on from there. And I won't say any more. But I went into this thinking I'd heard it was kind of gross, and it is kind of gross. It's very, very explicit. Like, I'm not a prude, but sometimes I was reading it like, oh, good Lord. But what I did not expect it to be is really, really existential and just really, really like life affirming. I will give a massive trigger warning. It does talk quite heavily about suicide in places. There is a big discussion about that kind of throughout the book. But I really, really loved it. Did not expect to love it as much as I did. It's very funny, but also very dark. It reminded me a lot of Emily Austen, who wrote Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead, which is one of my favorite books of all time. But like with that slight, like fantastical twist, I just really, really loved it. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but I just thought it was wonderful. And I really want to read everything else she's written, but won't until they're not 11.99.
I mean, I've definitely noticed in the past couple years, there's so many books about like monster fucking and inanimate objects. There was another lit fit book. I want to say it was in the past year. It called like Sky High, Sky Daddy, something like that.
Sky Daddy. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I haven't read it, but apparently it's incredible.
that's what I've heard. But it's I don't know if I would say it's a trend, but it's definitely a thing in
So
lit fic as well, which I find
Sky
interesting.
Daddy is a bit different in that the fantasy of the protagonist is that she wants to die in a plane crash.
This reminds me, is it Crash, the David Cronenberg movie where he has like about dying in a
I don't know,
crash?
because there's two crashes, isn't there? Apparently there's a shit one and a good one. But the shit
Well,
one
the
is the
good
one
one.
that won Best Picture, apparently. I have seen neither.
Never mind. I might be thinking of a different film then, different Cronenberg. I don't know. Okay,
Wow,
carry on, carry on.
we are being really dumb this episode. But yeah, I just really, really loved it. Again, unlike anything I'd ever read before, that's kind of like the through line with my favorite books this year, is that there's stuff that they're just doing that I've never really experienced before. And I really, really loved it. Really, really loved it. Would highly recommend. I think you'd enjoy it. but it is very explicit.
Does it have less than 300 pages?
Yes.
Then I will probably read it.
I think, but the font is quite small.
I Yeah, I don't know what it is at the moment. I think my attention span has just gone out the window right now, so I just need something short and snappy. I
It's
tried
the end
reading
of the
some short
year.
stories last night. Yeah, I tried reading some short stories last night and I just couldn't do it. I don't know what's wrong with me right now.
It's the end of the year. It's December. You're burnt out. My most successful reading month every year is always January. I always read like
Mine's like
25
July.
books. That's because you can read outside and you read a lot when you're outside. Whereas I'm like, New Year, reading goal, yeah. And then by the end of the year, I won't, I guarantee I probably will not finish a book in December. I never do.
Yeah. I'm going to Iceland after Christmas, so I want to see if I can find some like cold books.
But you can read on the plane.
Yeah, but also like we've got stuff to do. We're going to see like the geysers and shit. But like one of the days we've not got anything planned, so I'm like, I want to find a fire, a hearth, if you will,
A hearth,
and
sit by a
read something.
hearth with a cup of
Yeah,
hot cocoa.
read something like Jack Frost. I don't know.
But is
Narnia.
that's not a book, is it? Is
I'm
Jack
sure.
Frost a
I'm sure there's
book?
like a Jack Frost fucker book. I'm
Is
sure there is.
is that not just like that film with what's his face in?
There's got to be a book about Jack Frost. Come on.
Well, if there is, I can't find one. But you have fun on that
I'll read
search.
Narnia instead. Yeah. Anyway,
What
my
is
next
your
book.
fourth book?
I've only got 4, so this is my last one.
Okay.
I kind of struggled, and I think again I just couldn't decide what to put. But I'm gonna put the new Holly Jackson book. I had such a good time with it, and maybe it's because I got to interview her afterwards. But who knows? Not Quite Dead Yet was Holly Jackson's adult debut, so it was. I was really intrigued to see how it would differ, and tonally, it wasn't that different. I think there's just more swear words, and I mean, in a situation like this, that's realistic, I guess. But if you don't know what this one is about, this is basically this girl. What is her name? It's a crazy name. I can't even remember. It's like Ash, or it's not Ash. It's something like not normal. And basically, she gets hit on the head on Halloween, I think it is, and she wakes up in the hospital and she's been attacked. And she basically finds out that she has like a bleed on the brain. Something's digging into her skull. I think it's like a piece of her skull's digging into her actual cortex or science stuff. I don't know. And she finds out that she's basically got a week left to live. She can have a surgery in the next day, which could save her, but it also could kill her right away. And she decides not to take this surgery and she decides to try and solve her own murder. So, crazy concept. Holly Jackson is really good at coming up with a concept, and I think this is her strongest one yet. Main character is really, really fun. Again, blanking on the name right now.
Jet. It's Jet. I just googled
Yes,
it.
that's it. Yes. Jet is a nickname in the book, but I forget what her real name is, but doesn't matter. Again, just super, super fun concept. And I think I mean, again, you think solving your own murder, that's a crazy concept and it works really well. It's like small town vibes as well, which is always great for a murder mystery. And fun, easy reading, and I definitely recommend it. Again, it doesn't feel like super duper adult in the sense that like hard to read or anything like that. So
Mm.
if you want something easy reading, this is definitely that.
Yeah. What's funny is you say more swearing is that the Good Girls Guide to Murder books, if they were actually being true to what British teenagers are actually like, is they would be
Yeah.
full of swearing.
Yeah, 100%. And that's one thing. I remember when I wrote Let's Split Up, I was really unsure whether or not they would cut stuff out because again, if anyone's listening, I'm published with Scholastic, which is a kids publisher. So I was like, oh, they've got to remove stuff. They removed like nothing, which I was really shocked about. And I guess it's realistic. People say that, especially if you're about to die, you're not going to be PG.
Also, do you think American teenagers swear more than British teenagers?
No.
Because as someone who works with British teenagers, they swear quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think you go through a phase where you're like, oh, it's new and exciting to swear. And I
Mhm.
wonder, maybe there's been studies. Maybe there's been studies.
Probably. I'm
Anyway,
sure there's been.
I've never read a Holly Jackson book. I probably should.
I don't know if it would be your kind of jam. I think they're just really easy. There's nothing crazy, like, complex to them. I mean, like, the murder mysteries are very, very well plotted.
Yeah.
I will say that. But, like, in terms of prose, it's super fun and easy to follow. It's not trying to be like the next Ann Patchett, you know?
I love how we just talk about Ann Patchett every episode, as
Love.
we should. Do you follow her bookshop account?
I don't
She
know.
owns a bookshop called Parnassus Books. and she does this thing where it's like it's today. She'll say the day, and if you've not read this book, then it's new to you, and she'll like recommend like a backlist book or like a book that came out 20 years ago and talk about it, or she'll have her dog there as well. I just really love her. I just love her writing, and I just love her as a person. I think she's wonderful, and I love her. Anyway, that concludes today's Anne Patchett segment that we seem to have every week or every episode on this podcast. My last book I'm going to talk about is Sunstruck by William Rayford Hunter. You will have seen this because it was nominated for the debut Waterstones Fiction Prize.
I do know the book, actually.
It's like if Saltburn was better, because this book has just better underlying themes. Basically, this guy, can't remember the main character's name because I read it in the summer, but he is a young black queer man, and his best friend is a really, really rich white girl, and he gets invited to go to their family summer house in France. Her brother is there, and he begins an affair with her brother, who is this really rich, like up and coming actor. And we sort of move on from there. The first half of the book is set in France. The second half is set over a year in London. And it's like if Saltburn just had better themes. Like it really does confront the queer aspect and the aspect of race, which like I liked Saltburn. Like I'm not poo-pooing on Saltburn, but I think what it was really lacking was subtext. And I think this book has a lot of that, and I think it does it really well. For a debut book, it's really, really great. I think it's a bit overwritten in times, but I think the command that he has over his plot and his characters are really, really great. I'm really excited to see what he does next, because I thought this book was a really, really, really good achievement, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, whenever a debut is brilliant, you just know that they're just going to get better and better as well.
Yeah. And
well, hopefully.
Anyway, I suppose I had 5. I've spoken about 5. Right, I'm going to do a quick rattle off of every book that I have rated 5 stars this year, apart from the ones I've just mentioned. The Transgender Issue by Sean Fay.
I've read that.
Yeah, really great nonfiction book. I think it should be required reading for everyone in the whole entire world. Writers and Lovers and Heart the Lover by Lily King. On the Calculation of Volume. We Could Be Rats by Emily Austen. Blue Nights by Joan Didion. Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey. The Dutch House by Anne Patchett.
Hey!
The Other Girl by Annie Ernaux. Death of an Ordinary Man by Sarah Perry. Flesh by David Saleh, Revolutionary Acts, Love and Brotherhood in Black Gay Britain, Greta and Valdin, Let the Good Times Roll by Alice Slater, Annihilation, and The Emperor of Gladness by Ocean Vuong.
How many books have you read this year?
120, I think. And it'll probably remain that.
Yeah, I do want to read the Ocean Vuong book. They did send it me, without asking, by the way, but whatever. I am going to read that at one point because I do love Ocean Vuong.
It's really great. It's really, really great. I really loved it. It's chunky compared to his first one, but I really liked it. I wouldn't say it's not very heavy on plot, and it has quite similar vibes, but I really, really liked it. Really liked it. And I got a cool hat out of it as well.
I have the hat too.
I got a cool hat.
You know what? I have 2 hats that were sent by publishers, grey hats, same brand, same everything, just different fronts. So I've got that. But then I also have another one that I bought from... Who did I buy it from? One of our book friends had like a merch shop, and it was like a Gideon the Ninth one. So I bought it, and it's the exact same hat. So I've got 3 like identical hats, and I love them.
I wore that hat a lot in summer. I wore that hat a lot. I really liked it. Anyway, so now I guess we're going to talk about movies. And unfortunately, mine are all very well-known, very popular movies because I don't go to the cinema that often or as much as I'd like to.
I mean, mine are all popular as well, but I tried to pick ones that we've not properly... One of them we've definitely talked about a lot, but I just had to include it.
Can I guess? Which one that is? Is it One Battle After Another?
Yeah.
Is one of yours also Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we start with One Battle After Another and just like quickly talk about it? Because we did like a whole 40-minute about it.
Yeah. It's not actually on my list because I thought you'd put it on yours, but
yeah.
So
One Battle After Another was brilliant.
Yeah.
We talked about it in one of the episodes. It's one of the first ones, I think. And we spoke about it for like half an hour because we'd just seen it. But it was brilliant. I had such a good time with it. And again, I think I mentioned in the last ever episode we talked about it. I think a film where it has such a long runtime, I think it's 2.5 hours. So in the grand scheme of things, nothing crazy. But I didn't feel like bored at all. A film like that, you definitely could. I definitely could have sat through another 45 minutes fine. It was just brilliant, like, action-wise, I thought I had some gripes, but I think I enjoyed it so much that I kind of just looked past them, and I don't
2
even
hours,
remember the
40
things
minutes. 2 hours, 40 minutes
yeah,
is how long it
I don't
is.
know. It's good, man. It's
Yeah.
good.
My main gripe about it is I think I wish the first act before the time jump was like a little bit longer.
Mhm.
And I
Yes,
wish,
that was the one thing, yeah.
yeah, and I wish that Regina Hall had a bit more to do
Mhm.
overall. I wish we'd got a better conclusion. So I suppose we can talk about it a bit more because I think we were being a bit coy when we first talked about it because it had literally only just come out. But basically, at the end of the movie, she gets arrested, and I was waiting in that last section just to get like a. I thought we were going to get like this is what all the characters are doing now. I thought we would see
Yeah.
Tayona Taylor's character, but she we got the letter from her, I guess, and I thought we'd see
Mhm.
Regina Hall's character like getting released or something, but no. But to be honest, I guess that's probably kind of true to life. She probably would be arrested and just, you know, wouldn't get released. I suppose that's being really realistic, I suppose. But yeah, I really, really liked it. I've never seen a Paul Thomas Anderson movie before, but I wanted to see it just because the hype, when it was released was really, really, really high,
Yeah. I
and I
remember,
really, really
yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, I remember when the first trailer came out, I was like, "Oh, okay. Nothing's really jumping out at me," but then the reviews came out, and I was like, "I've gotta see this." I think it kind of is just kind of like an acting fest. Everyone's brilliant in it. I mean, Teyana Taylor is kind of front runner for the Oscar with Ariana Grande right
Uh-huh.
now, which, I mean, great picks. I'm very intrigued to see how that plays out. I guess we'll that's the thing, like, the Oscars are in, like, March now, so we've got forever to wait.
Yeah, we've got a long time. I really wouldn't be surprised if Sean Penn doesn't win Best Supporting Actor. I thought he was absolutely incredible in that movie.
You just despise him in this film.
You do, but it's also funny in that pretty much all of the comedy also comes from him. And I thought that was incredible in that you can go from a scene of there was a scene, and it's not the one in the church, but there's a scene where he basically gets told he's going to be inducted into what they called like the Christmas Friends or whatever. And he's like nearly tearing up because he's so excited. And I was terrified of him in that moment.
It's
But
wild.
then he'll like walk away in that weird walk he does. And it was really funny. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Again, didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I thought it was really, really great. I really enjoyed it. My first
Well, you talk
movie
about
on
yours.
this list is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Is that the Henry Cavill one?
That's the Henry Cavill one.
Yeah.
I I've now seen all 8 Mission Impossible movies. We've watched the last one now that it's available on streaming. And I said it at the time when we talked about Mission Impossible a little bit. The 6th installment in a film series has no right to be as absolutely incredible as this film is. It is just set piece after set piece. You're never bored. You could clearly tell that they kind of probably thought that was going to be the last one they were going to make
Mhm.
because like they get his wife back that he had in the first few. And overall, I think for an 8-film franchise to only have one bad entry, which is the second one, which is rubbish, is really, really impressive. But this one I still think is the best one. It just was absolute. There's just so many incredible set pieces from it. There's the fight in the bathroom with Henry Cavill. There's the skydiving like oneer where him and Henry Cavill skydive out of a plane that just looks incredible. There's
Yes.
the final like chase in the helicopters whilst the other team are trying to defuse a nuclear bomb, and Rebecca Ferguson is also fighting someone else. Like Christopher McQuarrie, the guy who's directed them, it's kind of insane that before this he hadn't really directed much because I think the set pieces in these movies are just so well choreographed and just absolutely insane. You've got a proper A-list cast who are just doing absolutely. I just really, really, really loved it. And I'm sad I didn't get to see it in the cinema because I think it would have been a really great cinema movie.
And you've got the scene where Henry Cavill reloads his arms.
Yeah, that's the bathroom fight, which is absolutely wild that they're in this building in Paris and there's this huge party going on and no one goes to the bathroom for the duration of the time that they're fighting. But yeah, I really, really loved it. Really loved it. I thought it was great. And it's definitely my favorite of all 8 of them.
Yeah, it is brilliant. I've not seen the newest one, so I do need to get on that.
It was
Was
fine.
that
It was
yeah.
fine. Not as good as the first part because
Mhm.
they spend like the first hour of this because it's 3 hours long. It's really long. the first hour kind of just reminding you everything that happened in the first movie. But
Yeah.
once you get
I
all
think
of
it's
that out
because
of
not
the
many
way,
people saw the first part.
yeah. Once you get all of that out of the way, it's really great. I had a really great time with it. And I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
I
it's
didn't
bad
re
by any stretch.
yeah, I didn't realize we were doing older films on here, but I did just check my letterbox, and I've watched, like, no old films this year, so never mind. My next film is one that's just come out, and most people have not seen it yet because it's a Netflix original, I guess, but they did put it in the cinema. The new Knives Out movie, Wake Up Dead Man. I adored this film. I'm trying to, like, work out my favorite, and I'm always gonna have a soft spot for the first one, but I think maybe even, like, nostalgia now, even though it was,
Mm,
like, 2019, it's a time before COVID, so it's years ago. I loved the aesthetic of this film is crazy. The lighting goes crazy, like, with all you imagine with all the stained glass in this old
yeah.
church. Um, do Ryan Johnson does some crazy stuff with lighting with certain characters. It's so, so cool. The mystery is weird in a sense that, like, you think you've got it, but then you got it for the wrong reasons. And I love when a murder mystery can make you do that. It just makes you second guess everything. Um, and during our screening, actually, I went and saw it last week with my friends, and it was great because it's one of those things where you're constantly like whispering to each other, it's like, "Is it this person? Is it this person?" But then our screen actually froze like halfway through the film, and we thought it was part of the film at first because we thought it was just going to be like, "And then I did this" or something. It didn't, but it gave. It was so like surreal because like the 5 minutes that this film was frozen, everyone in the cinema was just, like, whispering to each other, and it was so fun, and I'm kind of glad that it froze in the end because it just made it even more fun, and again, that's one thing that really annoys me about these films being on Netflix, because this cinema was packed. Like,
Mm,
it just makes no sense to me, like and now with Netflix buying Warner Brother, I'm just like, "What is this? What is the world of cinema
yeah.
coming to,
I
man?"
don't even want to think about that. To think that, like, potentially the Batman movie could just come out on
Or Dune
Netflix.
3.
I
Can you
think
imagine?
Denis Villeneuve would take the head of Netflix in his hands and crush him like a can of Coke if
Mhm.
that decision was made. I don't think Denis Villeneuve is the guy to question on whether a film comes out. Like, I think he would probably kill him.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna have to be like a tough decision. Like, obviously, this is coming off topic now, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if certain films would just release like simultaneously, kind of like what
Mm,
Disney were doing during COVID.
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens because I would go pay even if it was on Netflix for something like Dune, I would go to pay to see it in the cinema.
absolutely. It's
It's
not even a question. Not even a
yeah,
question. I would happily, like, I might, because I saw part two, I saw Doom Part 2 3 times in the cinema. So what might happen is people would go to the cinema and then they'll just rewatch it at home the next week or whatever, rather than go and see it more times. But that's still less money that's going into cinemas, isn't it? So I just think, whatever way you look at it, this is a bad thing. I just think it's a bad thing.
the only
Anyway,
good thing that comes for us actually is the fact that we'd get like HBO stuff in the UK.
yeah, yeah. Well,
I do
I
want
have
to
Sky, so it's not really a problem.
Yeah, I do wanna say quickly about Knives Out because I didn't mention it. Josh O'Connor, I think it's his best role. He is
Ooh,
incredible in this film, and it's because he's so different to, like, sort of the character that you normally think he would play.
yeah.
He's obviously in there because it's just him, like, he just looks a certain way.
Mm.
He is brilliant in it, and when you see it, you're gonna just, like, cry because he's so good.
I'm so excited. We'll probably it comes out on Friday on Netflix, I think. There's no way I'm going to
Yeah,
be able
I'm
to go
gonna
to the cinema to
rewatch.
see it. But we will be watching it next week, and I'm really excited. I did see someone saying online, actually, the reason you can't pick a favorite Knives Out movie, and this came from someone who had seen Wake Up Dead Man, is because they're just completely, you can't compare them because they're so tonally and visually different.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say I definitely prefer it more than Glass Onion.
yeah, but you see, I loved Glass Onion.
I
I
loved it, but
absolutely loved it. I thought it was just so fun. I thought it was
I mean,
so
that's
fun.
all down to, like, as well, like, location. The location
Yeah.
of Glass Onion was very unique for a murder mystery, I'll give
But
him
also,
that.
I just thought the cast was just like, you had Catherine Hahn and what's
Kate
his
Hudson was
face,
funny
Kate
in that.
Hudson, Ed Norton, Dave
Dave Bautista.
Bautista. Like, it was just so fun. I'm so excited for it. I think. Have you watched Poker Face? I don't know how this man comes up with so many murder mysteries that are so compelling. I don't know
But
how
tell
he
me
keep
about it. Yeah.
how does he keep thinking about it? I just don't know how he comes up with them. It's mad. He's so, so talented. And I
Yeah.
have been a big Ryan Johnson defender since The Last
Me too.
Jedi. The Last Jedi is still my favorite Star Wars movie. I do not understand the people who say that it's bad when I think visually it's the most impressive Star Wars movie. It's again a Star Wars movie that has so much more subtext than the other ones. It's actually trying to say something, and it just makes me sad that people say that it ruins Star Wars. But anyway, that's completely off topic. Off topic. I'm losing the ability to talk. My next film is Superman.
Yes.
I
This is also on my list.
yeah. I don't think we've actually spoken about it on here
No, I don't
anyway.
think so.
I really loved it. I thought it was just really, really fun. It was so I think James Gunn had to basically do the complete opposite of everything that Superman had been visually and cinematically over the past like 10 years, mainly due to the DC EU or whatever it's called, which he did. It was just so colorful. It was so vibrant and earnest and pure of
Hopeful.
heart and hopeful, which I think is the thing is with superheroes is like, and specifically Superman, and like I would say like the other most famous DC Superman is Batman, is aesthetically they are so completely different. Like I don't want a super dark, like Nolan inspired Superman movie, which is what Zack Snyder tried to do, and which is why I don't think it worked, is because Superman stands for completely different things, and I think James Gunn completely understood what that character stood for. I thought David Corenswet was great. I also think that what is her name?
Rachel Brosnahan.
Rachel Brosnahan. I can't believe I forgot her name. One of my favorite TV shows is Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I forgot her name. I thought she was
She's
absolutely
amazing.
great. I thought
Yeah.
Nicholas Holt was great. And visually, I thought it was incredible. Like, I just thought it was so much fun. I thought it was really, really fun. And I'm glad that we're not going to. I mean, I think the Supergirl trailer drops this week.
Yeah, there was the teaser, which was
Yeah.
very, very much a teaser. But yeah, next week I think it is.
Yeah. So not long to wait. I watched Peacemaker around the same time, and that did tie into Superman in some really, really fun ways. I think people were a bit disappointed with the second season of Peacemaker because it ends on a huge cliffhanger. But I think we're going to have to wait a few years to see, you know, where that cliffhanger goes. Have you watched Peacemaker?
First season, I never watched season 2.
Season 2 was good. It wasn't as good as the first. I really loved the first season, but season 2, yeah, it felt unfulfilling in certain ways, but I think it's because it is going to tie into things that happened in Superman and things we might see in Supergirl and the is it Man of Tomorrow? Is that what the Superman sequel is going to be called? Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm pretty sure the Supergirl film is based on the comic Woman of Tomorrow, but the Superman may be called Man. I
Man
can't
of Tomorrow
remember.
2027. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And isn't it wild that in like a month span this year, we had two of like the best black hole scenes in film ever? Obviously,
I
since
know.
like Interstellar.
Since Interstellar.
I do think, even though Fantastic Four isn't in my top 5, I really enjoyed that film. I do think their black hole scene was better.
The
Yeah.
black hole like spaceship chase in that movie was
In
absolutely
awe.
insane. Yeah, seeing it for the first time in the cinema, I was like, it was just incredible. It was just so, so, so good. Fantastic Four did nearly make my 5, but
I say mine. It was just outside of mine as well.
yeah,
And one of the, to be fair, one of these films I enjoyed less than Fantastic Four, but I wanted to talk about it, so
yeah.
it's on my
I think
list.
the only thing that knocked Fantastic Four off for me was the CGI baby.
But also, it is one of those things that like they've got to do it because they can't have a baby on set all this time.
No, well, actually, so I watch. There's a special effects YouTube channel called Corridor Crew, and in their
Yes.
most recent episode, they talk about the CGI baby. And
Hmm.
apparently, they used 30 different babies and then just CGI'd the same face on all of them. And in
That's
some
probably why
shots,
it looks so
it
janky.
looks
Yeah.
great, and in others, it just looks like they have copy and pasted a baby into the shot. So
I think it's when they're trying to composite it onto like already like green screen or a CGI background that
yeah,
it
yeah,
just
yeah,
looks
yeah,
so fake because you're putting fake upon fake and it just that's
yeah,
like the uncanny valley of it all.
yeah, 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 yeah. But anyway, yeah. Well, I suppose we've kind of spoken about Fantastic Four now. Anyway, what is your second or third movie? I can't remember where we are.
I mean, I've done 2 technically, but we both had Superman, so that's 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about one that's kind of got forgotten, which really annoyed me, Mickey 17.
Well, yeah. Well, not that many people saw it. I think that's
I
why.
know, so annoying. I love a sci-fi, and I'm so excited for, Project Hail Mary in the new year.
I'm
Very excited
so
for that.
excited for Project Hail Mary.
I am also annoyed, though, about that they've spoiled the twist in Project Hail Mary in the
Yeah.
trailer. I get why, because, like, marketing, they wanna throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Mickey 17 was really fun, really fucking weird, but in the best way possible. I never read the book, and I don't think I really need to read the book because the film was just good. Again, I think this is another case of, like, performances just being really great. Is he Robert Jordan? Who is that? That's the Wheel of Time guy. Robert
Yeah, Robert
Pattinson
Jordan
is
was not
brilliant.
in Mickey 17.
It's really good, and it kind of did fly under the radar.
Yeah.
It kind of just got forgotten about, and it's really annoying. And I think it's again down to sci-fi being just such a hard sell most of the time. It's very rare a sci-fi film breaks through. And we talked about it before. I think it's like sometimes a sci-fi film will break through and it will be huge, but then other times it's just such. I think it's just because you're trying to. How do you even explain it? It's such. I think hard to grasp sometimes. People may be confused
Mm.
because if you look historically, even at the first Doom movie, it didn't do amazingly compared to like say something else. I don't know.
I mean, the first Doom movie did quite well.
Yeah, but it was also like COVID time, so it was.
I mean, it made $400 million.
Yeah, but you look at the budget and how much marketing would have been. It's
Mm.
for something like so big budget like that, it should be making more. I don't know. Sci-fi is just one of those things, and I know it's like a weird film, but I loved it and I wish it'd done better.
I really appreciate Bong Joon-ho's just whole filmography in that he will go from making like Parasite, that like really serious, grounded drama, to a movie about Robert Pattinson being cloned hundreds of times. Like,
Yeah.
I do really appreciate that. Going back to Project Hail Mary, I'm really excited about it too. And I was sad that they spoiled like the twist in it because I didn't know the twist because I haven't read the book. But also, I think what they wanted to do was just make everyone aware about what type of science fiction movie it is.
Yeah.
Because I think if they said, look, it's about a scientist going into space to try and save Earth, people would think it was like really grounded.
Yeah.
And then when aliens show up, I think they'd be mad because thinking about another film that does that, if you think about, I remember people were really mad about The Prestige when
Mm.
like the twist was it's cloning. Spoilers if you haven't seen The Prestige. Because it was really like grounded and serious up till then. And then the twist being that Hugh Jackman was actually dying every time. People were a bit mad about that. So I wonder if they're trying to preempt that.
Probably, and I think also they were just looking at all the shots they had to use for the trailer, and they're like, "We need that kind of like big moment."
Yeah.
And again, I literally said it a million times, but sci-fi is a hard sell, so they do need to make whatever they could do to make it look attractive to an average person.
Well, I think they're probably trying to I mean, it looks very prestige, doesn't it? Like they're trying to go down the same route I think they went with The Martian because The Martian, I think people forget, was nominated for a lot of Oscars. And I think they
I
probably want
love
to go
that
down the
film.
same. I love The Martian so much. It's such a good movie. I really, really love
Well,
it.
The Martian, if anyone doesn't know, The Martian's the same author who wrote the books. When I watched The Martian years ago and then I read it, I think just before COVID, and I kind of just went through a phase of just reading Andy Weir books, who's the author. So I read The Martian, I read Artemis, which was my least favorite. But I think that's kind of like everyone's least favorite. But then Project Hail Mary came out at the similar time and I just devoured it. It's so brilliant. It's a better book than The Martian, in my opinion. I think that's again actually, that's one thing I saw a video recently of people going through like average ratings. The average rating for Project Hail Mary is ridiculously high. It's so high, and for good reason. It's a brilliant book, so I'm really hoping the film does it justice.
I do really want to read it. I might read it before I see the movie because just I try and do that most of the time. Anyway, my next movie is right. So I've had two big blockbusters, and then the rest of the three are just movies that were all nominated for Best Picture because those are apparently the only movies I watch. are like huge crowd pleasers or all Best Picture nominees. So my next one is Conclave, which I
Yeah.
absolutely loved. I did not again expect to love it as much as I did. I accidentally went to because I tried to see all of the Best Picture nominees in the cinema and didn't quite get to see all of them. I booked a midday screening and it turned out to be a silver screening for old people. And I got a free cup of tea, which was great. So I'm already off on to a good start. And I expected to find it really dry and boring, but it just was not at all. Well, firstly, it's just so juicy and gossipy. So how could you not
Yeah.
enjoy that? It's like Real Housewives of the Vatican. But secondly, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Like the costumes, like I remember the costume designer saying something like the reason we didn't just use the real costumes is because they're quite boring. And when you compare like the Conclave costumes to the actual ones, you'll understand like the Conclave ones are gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is saying some really interesting stuff whilst also just telling a really, really fun story. It looks stunning. The sound in that movie is incredible. I did not go into that movie expecting to, get my family members to watch it. And like I watched it with my nan and granddad. My nan was like, I don't think I'm going to find this very interesting. She absolutely loved it and really annoyingly called the twist before it happened. She called it like an hour before the end of the movie. And I was like, no. And then the twist happened and she was like, I told you. I
I
was so
told
annoyed.
you.
I was so annoyed. But yeah, I just really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I thought Rafe Fiennes was really, really good in it. And annoyingly, I thought Stanley Tucci was really great in it as well. And I was sad
The Tooch.
he didn't get any recognition. Like I thought his part was really, really central and important to the plot. And so I was sad that he wasn't nominated for anything. But I really enjoyed it. Did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah. I saw that on the tail end of last year, so that's not on my list, but, it is brilliant. It is so,
Mm,
so good. I was gonna say something then, and I forget what it was. It was your costumes comment. It
mm,
reminded me, I saw something on it must have been Twitter the other day, which I go on very rarely nowadays, but, someone, because 'cause they'd obviously posted a photo of Tom Holland in The Odyssey
mm.
in, like, his outfit, and someone, like, retweeted it and was like, "The costume's so wrong, blah, 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 blah. Here's what it should look like," and it was the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. It's like, no wonder they didn't do that.
Yeah. Like, I'm really, really intrigued by The Odyssey because Christopher Nolan, his films are always so incredibly grounded. So it's going to
Even,
be,
like, Interstellar, yeah.
yeah, like Interstellar, even when like I used to have a book, I don't have it anymore, but it was like The Science of Interstellar, and it was a book that was like this thick about all of the science that went into all of the like science fiction of Interstellar. Like when you see the black hole in Interstellar, that is like they didn't do that first with CGI. They did it with a computer program to simulate what a black hole would actually look like. So I'm really intrigued by the Odyssey and what it's going to look like and how sort of I don't think it's going to be as fantastical as everyone thinks it's going to
I'm
be.
also very worried about it purely because I just can't comprehend what it's gonna turn out like.
No. Also, how long is it going to be? Like, well, I saw something recently that apparently there's now going to be like an upgrade in IMAX. That means that IMAX movies can now be over 3 hours long.
It's shot entirely in IMAX as well, which
I
is
think
rare.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, how long is this movie going to be, Christopher? Like, remember, we've all got lives to get back to.
I'm guessing 4.
It's going to be long. It's going to be really long. But anyway,
Maybe there'll be an intermission and we can
maybe,
pee.
maybe.
'Cause I just can't have drinks at a Nolan movie.
Well,
Like,
that does,
Oppenheimer, I made the mistake and I was actually gonna cry.
yeah, that does actually, one of my movies on this list had an intermission and I loved it. I really, really loved it.
Well, we can get to it because 'cause I've got
Yeah,
my
yeah.
last one
Yeah, yeah.
first.
You speak about your last one.
Um, so this movie probably actually isn't in my top 5, but I just wanna talk about it because I forgot about it and I really enjoyed it at the time. It's Companion.
Yeah, again, one that didn't make like a huge splash when it came out, I don't think.
No, and that's why I wanna talk about it because it was just a really fun film. It's nothing
Mm,
groundbreaking, but again, performances are really great in it. Sophie Thatcher is brilliant. She's there's a reason that she's kind of like in so many horror projects right now. She just plays this like really good, juicy character. And I think before this, she seemed like she was playing the same character all the time. Like in Heretic, Yellow Jacket, she's quite very dark and brooding, and she's kind of like the opposite in this. Um, Again, annoyingly, this kind of like what you think should be the twist is in the trailer, which is really frustrating. So I'm not going to say what it is. Um, even though everyone knows, whatever. It's really good. It's basically a world where there's what do you like what how do you even describe it? Like robot people that you can hire to be like your not hire, but like you can buy them and they can be your partners. Like you can beep bop boop them to do what you want, and it's kind of fucked up when you think about it. And the movie does go into that, but there's so many twists about it. It's gory and dark and bloody, but also hilarious. Jack Quaid's in it, and he's really good in it. Who else is in it? Lucas Gage, I think his name. He's in it. It's just really fun, and it kind of did go under the radar. Again, nothing crazy good, but very fun.
The guy from What We Do in the Shadows is in it as well, isn't he?
Yes, 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 yes.
Harvey. What is his? Yeah,
He's
yeah,
very funny in it.
him. Whose name I just can't remember right now, but he's in it. Yeah, I really did want to see it. It's one I probably will eventually see. But I did want to see it. We're a bit out of sync now that we both talked about Superman because I've still got two movies to talk about. I'll talk about the one with the
No,
intermission
okay.
first. And the one with the intermission was The Brutalist, which
Yeah, I saw that's
I
in it.
I really liked it. It is a considerable time investment because it's like 3 hours long, but I really, really liked it. It follows, and I can't remember where he's from. I can't remember where he's from, but he immigrates
It's
to,
an Eastern European, wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. Um, he immigrates to the US and wants to be an architect, and he Hungarian Jewish. There we go.
That's it.
He wants to be an architect, but basically moves to the US, doesn't have any money, has to start doing like building jobs. Unfortunately, develops drug addiction, but basically gets hired to renovate one room in this man's house. This man who's played this really rich man's house, played by Guy Pearce, who was he's so good in this movie. Guy Pearce is so good in this movie. The man initially hates it, tells him to get out, but then actually once he like confronts what he's done to his house, actually really loves it, so hires him to build this huge structure at the top of a hill by his house that will be like a community building, and that forms like the most of the film. It just is, it's very slow, it really takes its time with its storytelling, but I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Like, I think people thought, like, looking at the trailers and stuff, that it looked like a snobby Oscar movie, and it kind of is, but the story is not complex at all. Like, it's not a complicated story at all. It's a book about it's not a book at all, it's a movie about the American dream. I really, really liked it. Again, didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I thought I was gonna find it snobby and boring, and I didn't find it to be either of those things, really. I thought it was really, really beautiful.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get to it. I think it kinda got away from me, and then I missed it in the cinema, and then I was realistically, am I gonna watch a 3.5-hour movie at home?
Yeah.
And I just didn't trust myself to do that.
Well, 15 minutes of that is an intermission. So,
I
because
guess.
I
I guess.
remember it, like, we got to the intermission and the couple in front of me got up and they were like, I remember them saying, "That ended weirdly. That was a weird end." And I said, "Oh, no, no, it's not done. Like, we're halfway through." And I still don't think they came back.
Like, it's not worth it.
No.
God. I am gonna mention one more just because you've got one more and you did steal Superman from me.
Yeah, I did.
Um,
That was my fault. Yeah.
so
Mention one more.
this is another one that wasn't, again, anything crazy, but I think it kind of went under the radar. I don't think it went under the radar, it just didn't do as well as I thought it should. Novocaine, another Jack Quaid movie.
But yeah, the one where he doesn't feel any pain.
Yeah, and it's so fun. It's very John Wick-esque. I'm just gonna be very fast about this. John Wick very much. Amber Midthunder's in this, who is brilliant. She was in Prey, which was the Predator movie in 2022. It was when it went straight to like Disney Plus and Hulu. She is brilliant. She is so good. It's basically uh Jack Quaid's character doesn't feel pain. He can't feel pain, so he like lives a very miserable life where he can only drink liquids because he's too scared to chew because he doesn't know then if he's like choking because again can't feel pain. It's a very interesting concept. Um, and then this girl who I think she's an assistant or something at the bank he works at, basically one day they get robbed at gunpoint and she gets kidnapped. So he just like, okay, I'm gonna go find her. It turns into kind of like a John Wick Taken sort of vibe where he goes and tries to find her, and the fights with scenes, as you imagine, can be kind of crazy because he can't feel anything, and it's just really funny. Huge twists in it, and yeah, good one. I completely forgot about it until I looked at my letterbox just now, but it was a really fun film.
Yeah, it was another one that went under the radar, but I did want to see it. I really like Jack Quaid. I think the stuff he
I do too.
chooses to do is really fun. I've never watched The Boys because it doesn't really seem like my sort of vibe, but I
I've seen
like
season
him.
1. Yeah, season 1 was really fun, but again, just never got around to the rest.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't seem like my sort of thing, but I appreciate the projects he does. He seems to pick really fun stuff. The next film I'm going to talk about is not fun at all, but it's I'm Still Here, which is probably
Okay.
my. I've left it till last because I think it's my favorite movie of the year. Again, one I didn't know much about going into, but one that I came out just absolutely. I've thought about this movie so much since watching it. It follows a woman whose husband is disappeared during the 1970s in Brazil because they were experiencing a militaristic dictatorship. And he was, I can't quite remember what he was doing. He was like providing money to like freedom fighters or something, or like a revolutionary movement or something. He was involved in something like that, or that believed to be involved in something like that. And basically the government kidnap the wife, the husband, and one of the daughters. The wife and the daughter make it home, the husband never comes home. But we basically follow the family after that happened. It's so heartbreaking, but a really important movie, I think, because I think only recently did they actually acknowledge his official death. Oh, so it was 1996 they acknowledged his official death. So 25 years after it happened. And this happens all around the world, so I think it's a really important story to tell. It's based on the son's memoir of his mother's life, but it's just an absolutely beautiful film. And Fernanda Torres, who plays the mother, it's one of the most incredible performances I've ever seen in my life. I still wish she had won the Oscar for best just because the performance is incredible. Like, it's just so good. Again, it's a really heartbreaking film. It's not a happy film, but it's just so beautiful and really, really important, I think.
Yeah, it's another one I didn't get around to. I do wanna say as well, actually, to anyone listening, there's no Oscar movies really that are coming out next year because they're just not out in the UK. They may be in the US, but we get them, like, 9 years later, and it's very annoying.
Yeah, like I am my blood is boiling at everyone who has seen Hamnet already.
Hamnet, yeah,
I cannot believe it came out in the States right now and I can't see it until January.
it's very frustrating. I'm gonna mention it because I didn't sign anything. I did get asked to interview Maggie O'Farrell, and I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't do it now, but also I won't go into the whole logistics of it, but it was a kind of like shitty situation. But anyway,
They
I
asked
did
you
also
very, very short notice. They were like, "Would you like to interview Maggie
yeah.
O'Farrell tomorrow?"
No, but it wasn't even tomorrow. It's like could be tomorrow, it could be on Saturday, it could be on Sunday. I was like, guys, I am
Yeah.
not in London.
No.
But then I got asked what I got invited to a screening of The Housemaid, but again, it was, like, last minute. It was, like, a Monday night in
Hmm.
not even it was centre of London, but it wasn't even, like, centre, so it would have just been so awkward. I am excited for that film.
I don't think we have to worry about that being nominated for any Oscars though, do we?
Maybe production design, no.
Maybe.
Um, I say, it's a very exciting film actually for, like, the movies the rest of the year now. We kind of had a dry spell where I just wasn't going to the cinema because there was nothing
There was
out,
nothing. There's been
but
nothing for ages.
well, I checked my letterbox. I saw 2 movies in October, which is insane for me because I literally have a membership to go see films for free, and the
Mm.
fact that I just didn't even go see anything says something. But I mean, we've got Avatar, which I shall see. Housemaid again, the SpongeBob movie, Anaconda, which is gonna be ridiculously bad, but I'm gonna see it.
Hey, Thandere Newton's in it, which means she's always the best part of everything she's in.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Let's see, what films have I seen this year? I'm just gonna go through everything I've seen this year.
Okay, let me pull mine up.
No, I don't want to sort by release date. Why would I want to do that? I don't know how to work the website version of Letterboxd.
Go to diary.
Okay. Yeah. I'm there.
I noticed that we didn't include Wicked in our list.
No, but we spoke about that at length, didn't we?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I liked Wicked. I liked Wicked for Good quite a lot, but there are movies that I have loved a lot more this year. Specifically,
I
maybe
saw
Wicked
Queer.
Part 1. Oh, you saw
Yeah.
you I didn't. I didn't.
I saw Queer and it was fine. I've just literally have not thought about it since, so I
Yeah.
feel like that's quite telling.
My
The
favorite
Long Walk, we've mentioned that.
what is his name? Luca I can never say his surname.
Guadagnino.
Guadagnino. My favorite movie he's ever done is still Challengers.
I think I agree with that. I
I
think so.
loved Challengers so much.
I was excited when he was announced that he was doing what's the call? The Shards, the TV show for the Shards, but then
Yeah.
dropped out. I think he's dropped out of that now, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Is he not
'Cause I think
doing
he would've been
is he
really
not
good,
doing an American Psycho remake? Or is that a rumor?
apparently.
Is that a rumor?
I think he kind of stopped the Shards to do that
Mm,
because they do have kind of a similar vibe.
yeah. I saw the new Bridget Jones movie this year.
Forgot that came out.
Oh, it
I've
was
not seen it yet.
so good. It was so
'Cause
good.
I loved the baby one. Was it as
Yeah,
good as the baby one?
I would say better. I really loved the
Interesting.
baby one, Bridget Jones Baby, which is the third one. But this one, I cried a lot at the new Bridget Jones movie. But it was Sing Sing. Did you see Sing Sing?
I've still not seen Sing Sing, and I know I would love it, so it's
My God,
frustrating.
absolutely beautiful movie. Colman Domingo. Colman Domingo, like, what's
Mhm.
his face was great in The Brutalist. What's his name? Why can I never remember anyone's name? What's his name? You know,
Is
the
it
guy.
Adrian, or am I just making that up?
Adrian Brody, he was great, but
Yes.
Sing Sing, Coleman Domingo was, I feel like I talk about Coleman Domingo every episode. He was absolutely incredible in that movie. So good. The Substance.
I saw
I wa-
that last year.
Well, I saw it this year and I liked it a lot. It was far too long.
Yeah.
Far too long.
Weapons,
I haven't seen Weapons yet. I didn't see it.
28 later.
I didn't see that either.
What else?
This
Oh,
is
the new Final Destination came out.
I mean, I've seen all the kills on TikTok.
The new one was really fun because it was doing something different, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that. The beginning scene of Final Destination Bloodlines is really fun as well.
That's the one on the
Thunderbolts was
needle,
this
isn't it?
year. Yeah.
I like
Thunderbolts was this
Thunderbolts.
year.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Thunderbolts a lot. Did you see The Roses with Olivia
No.
Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh, no, I didn't. No.
I really enjoyed it. I saw some people saying it was not very good. I thought it was very fun and very silly, but I really
Was that Netflix?
No, I saw it in the cinema.
Never
I saw
mind
it in
then.
the cinema. I saw Eddington this year.
I still haven't seen that.
Weird movie. I mean, Ari Aster's movies are always weird. I haven't seen Beau is Afraid, but I've heard that it's not very good. But I watched Eddington because from all of the marketing, I just still felt like I couldn't get a sufficient grasp about what this film was actually about.
Mhm.
And I watched it, and I still don't really have an idea about what it's actually about. But I liked it. One I haven't seen, but really did want to see, is Begonia.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Minecraft movie.
No. Well, that is one I
I
haven't
do wanna
seen
see
and I'm
Begonia.
quite happy to have not seen.
I do wanna see Begonia. I unfortunately have seen the Minecraft movie because I do have a 12-year-old brother. It's not good. It's not good.
No, but didn't it make like $1 bajillion?
Of course it did, but there was no, like, question about it not.
I can't believe Jennifer Coolidge was in the Minecraft movie.
She was the best part of it, and she's literally you could delete her character and it makes no difference to the story. It's just like, yeah, let's have Jennifer Coolidge in it,
But Jennifer Coolidge is very often the best part of whatever she's in.
for sure. I saw Y2K,
The one with Rachel Zegler in it.
yeah, and I only saw it because she was in it, and it
I
was
feel like you were
fine.
probably the only person who saw it. Have there been any TV shows this year that you really enjoyed?
No.
Well, okay,
I can't
guess that's
even
the end of that
think of it.
conversation.
Yeah, I can't even think of a TV show I've watched that's
That's
how
right.
bad I am at watching TV.
TV shows. I loved the new season of The White Lotus. That was so good.
I did watch that. Okay.
The one with Jason Isaacs in it, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, you were the War Between the Land and Sea just aired, didn't it? The first
Yeah.
episode.
I've heard it's really good. I
Yeah, I'm
haven't
intrigued by it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I watched Overcompensating.
What is that?
You would recognize it. It's like, yeah. Oh, I watched Ironheart.
I watched Overcompensating. I watched it. It's the one with Benito Skinner in it, isn't it?
Yes.
I really, really loved that. I thought it was really great. Did you watch the one that basically came out at the same time that was like
Adults.
Yes. Yeah. Did you watch that?
I did for Jack Innanen.
Yeah, I love him. It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't as good as Overcompensating. I really liked Overcompensating. I watched
It was weird.
Adolescence.
I actually didn't watch Adolescence.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. There was a reason it like everyone said it was really good.
Oh, the We Were Liars TV show came out. I didn't watch it though.
No, Andor came out this year as well, which was
I've
just
still not watched the newest season.
oh my days,
Whoops.
absolutely incredible. Just like I'm so glad. And this is again going back to Star Wars and people saying The Last Jedi was bad. People blame Kathleen Kennedy, who was the new head of Lucasfilm. And they were like, she's ruined Star Wars, but she was the one that basically gave them complete free reign and like $600 million to make what is one of the best TV shows like ever made. Like when I was watching Andor on my TV, when I think back to like what sci-fi television used to be when I was a child and it was Doctor Who and the CGI looked like just like wet slime and like the sets would wobble as they ran down them. And now sci-fi television is stuff that looks so completely photoreal that you can't tell if it's CGI or real. Like it's just Andor was so good. So good.
I mean, speaking of sci-fi television, I'm surprised you've not mentioned Murderbot.
Murderbot was great. God, wow, all of these memories just flooding back to me in this moment. Murderbot was so good. Apple TV do science fiction TV so well.
Yeah, and they seem to be the only place that are doing like consistently as well.
Yeah, like Pluribus at the moment is just so like I spoke about it last episode, but Pluribus is so good. I am enjoying it so much.
Did you see? It was another thing I saw on Twitter about Pluribus is that apparently there's a spoiler for Pluribus because someone looked on Google Maps.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about something else, but yes, I did see that. I did see that, and I think I know what the spoiler is in reference to. But yes, I did see that because the neighborhood that the main character lives in, I didn't realize is they built it for the TV show and somebody found it on Google Maps and saw a spoiler. I mean, The Last of Us is on the list I'm looking at the moment, but I would not say that the most recent season of The Last of Us was very good.
I did. I actually forgot completely about this, but I watched The Residents, which had Uzo Aduba. It's like
the one where there's like a murder in the White House.
Yeah, and that was pretty fun. Again, nothing crazy, but I completely forgot about it until right now.
Did you watch The Studio?
No, I do need to though. I know
you would really like it. It's really good. The first episode, the like guest star, they have. I don't know how they got so many famous movie people to be in it. Genuinely one of the funniest performances I've ever seen, and it's from Martin Scorsese. He is so.
Did you see actually?
Good in it.
There's a rumor that season 2 of because of like where the sets are for like season 2 of it, there's a rumor that one of the episodes is going to be focused on like the 20-minute standing ovations that happen at the film festivals, which would be hilarious.
I wouldn't be surprised. That seems like totally the sort of thing that they would take the piss out of. Ron Howard plays himself in it, but he plays a really horrible. But there's an episode where Ron Howard is in it, and he's directed this new movie, and they really love it, and they think it's about to end. But basically, it then goes on like a 40-minute like just 40-minute complete tangent. And they're like, right, we love the movie, Ron, but we've got to cut the 40-minute tangent. And he's like, no, you can't do that. It's a tribute to my cousin who died, and I really loved them. And then the whole episode is about basically trying to get Seth Rogen to get him to cut that from the movie, and Ron Howard just plays a really horrible version of himself. It's so good. Like it's not very relaxing because it's very like the tone of it is very like farcical, like it's very like madcap, but it's so good, and I think you would really like it.
I know I would. It's just getting to it. I just struggle, man.
Anyway, that's our 2025 in review, I guess.
That was such a long episode.
We've spoken for a really long time. Well, I'm going to also say that I would do the one thing we've been reading, one thing we've been watching, but I have been reading and watching and doing absolutely nothing over the past 2 weeks. So I
I
cannot
don't think we
contribute
need to
at all.
anyway. That whole episode has kind of been that.
Yeah, that was what we've been reading and watching and doing in the whole of 2025. So I suppose that leads us
Yeah.
to say, thank you so much for listening. You can find me at joe.reads with 1S on TikTok and joe.reads with 2 S's on Instagram, because Joe Reads was taken. Bill, where can the people find you on the internet?
That's my line.
That's why I went
Bill Reads
first.
on TikTok. It's Bill Reads on TikTok or Bill Reads a lot on Instagram because Bill Reads was taken. And then I'm also on other socials, but they don't matter.
They don't matter. We could tell people about YouTube, but according to the 15 people who watched my last video on YouTube, I don't think I need to tell people about that. But anyway, I suppose that leads us to say thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Will we be having another one before the end of the year? Yeah, surely.
Maybe.
We'll
Because
see.
if we do,
If not, we'll
it
see
will
you in
come out.
2026.
Yeah, if we do, it'll come out on Christmas Day, and what a nice present that will be for you all. So thank you and goodbye. We'll see.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.